Jim Lukewarm here, reporting live on the scene to bring you a story of triumph, a feat against all odds, a story of how one cow who wanted to jump over the moon so bad she defied the laws of gravity. I stand in the very spot where, just a moment ago, in a final attempt to jump over the moon, the cow disappeared into the sky and is now, I can only guess, heading through the stratosphere.
How long would you say before the cow reaches the moon, Jim?
Great question, Judy.
It's Beth, Jim. Judy's an intern?
Right. It's hard to say exactly, Judy. I have an eyewitness here. A cat who seems only interested in playing the violin.
It's a fiddle, man!
Right. I'm now learning that it's a fiddle. Can you tell me what you saw?
Man, that cow sure loves to jump over the moon.
Okay, well, right. Well, that's not helpful at all. Excuse me, plate or spoon? Can you tell me what you saw about the jumping cow? Right. Well, they just ran off. Camera shy, it seems, of being together. Back to you in the studio.
Fascinating stuff. Thanks for that special report, Jim. We'll have to check back in on you later to see where the story develops.
Let me guess. The cow jumps over the moon.
Well, we just don't know, Frank. We'll have to stay tuned to find out.
Or now would be a great time to change the channel, folks.
Frank?
I don't know why you're watching. Why don't you get that Pop-Tart you've been thinking about?
Frank,
Trust me, you won't miss a thing.
Sure. That's funny, very funny. You're such a little prankster, Frank. On a serious note, we have plenty of exciting, groundbreaking stories. Plus, later on, an exclusive interview with the little pig who stayed home. Why did he go to the market like the first little pig? What did he do all day? All that and more after this quick commercial break from our sponsors.
What the heck was that, Frank?
What the heck was what?
Change the channel, go get a Pop-Tart.
The people should do what they want, and Pop-Tarts are part of this complete breakfast.
Have you lost your mind? Do you know what?
I can only explain myself like this. I am dead inside. I'm a shell of a man.
No, you're not. Well, I don't know. Maybe you are. But that camera's coming on in 5 seconds, and you better pretend like you're a real man. A real newsman, got it? And we're back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and...
Welcome back, folks, to your 7 o'clock news for Fairytale Land.
This is not news. News is supposed to be new. That cow jumps over the moon every day. And the cat plays the fiddle, and the little dog laughs, and the dish runs away with the spoon. Let me guess what else happens today. The mouse runs up the clock. Little Bo Peep loses her sheep again. Jack and Jill. Oh wait, is that today's top story? Oh well, guess what, folks? Okay, guess what? They fall down the hill. Okay. Jack and Jill fall down the hill like every other day because Jack and Jill are clumsy. They're clumsy little kids that never grow up and always need more water from the well every day. Why are they so thirsty? I don't know. And I don't care. This is not news.
Frank isn't feeling very well this morning.
Actually, you're right. I'm feeling kind of nauseous from all the monotony. Let me guess. Let me give you a piece of advice, Beth. Oh, wait, Betty. No one knows where the pickled peppers Peter Piper picked are. And no one ever will. Because nothing ever changes in Fairytale Land. You hear that, folks? This is your 7 o'clock news. I'm Frank Donnelly, and nothing ever changes. Unless you want it to. You don't have to fire me. I quit!
Right. Well, this is unfortunate. Commercial Commercial? No. Can we just go to static? Right. Time to get a Pop-Tart. We'll be right back.
Beth, get it together. Let's run the Jack and Jill candle story. Beth, I'm serious. Collect yourself. You look terrible. Don't we have a makeup person? Yeah, roll it. Roll it.
Live? Is it live? Sorry about that. I just got another special story incoming. Hi, I'm Nancy Silvershoes with a special report. Have you ever wondered how Jack is so nimble and quick? Hanging out, working less. Just the opposite, in fact. Incredible. I'm here with Nimble Jack, who just jumped over the candlestick for the 4th time today. And without catching fire, mind you. Now, I'd imagine you'd have to be in great shape to do this. You have to be rather quick. Is that right?
That's right. Pretty quick
Fascinating.
and nimble.
I'd say. The good Lord knows I couldn't do it without catching fire. When I'd be a ball of flames.
And then, like, after you stop burning, you'd be like this black, crispy charcoal.
Indeed, I would. Indeed, I would. Now, let me ask you, because the people out there want to know. How do you stay so fit?
Well, I'm always running over the candlestick, because I don't want to catch fire. Because this one time I did it and it was pretty funny. Because I was like, whoa, I'm on fire. But it was also really hot and that made me thirsty. Like, really thirsty.
That sounds terrible. Never want to be too thirsty. Best of luck to you, Jack.
And we are back. I apologize for the inappropriate behavior of my former co-anchor, Frank Donnie, just before. I guess it's just me now. I am the I'm the sole anchor news. I'm Beth Muckerpants. Perhaps we should move on to today's top stories. Excuse me, someone is speaking very loudly into my earpiece. Uh-huh. We have a special report to report, an actual report. This is a first. I'm going now to Bill Haker in the field with a live story. Bill,
Thanks, Frank.
it's Beth, Bill, Frank.
What?
Do I sound like Frank?
Frank. You sound like Frank. What?
Nothing. Forget it. What do you have for us?
Thank you. I'm on the scene here at Humpty Dumpty's wall, and it's not the only wall here. An additional wall was built today. A wall of defiance was built by an egg. Under normal circumstances, one would think just that, but today something snapped in Humpty's big oval head.
Sorry about that. Camera cut out. Could you try and tell us what happened, Frank? What happened, Bill?
Damn it, Frank, let me do my job.
I'm sorry,
I'm a real reporter, not like your co-anchor.
Are you talking about me?
Not you, Frank. Beth.
But I am Beth.
Humpty Dumpty is making an appearance. Humpty! Humpty!
No questions, please.
But Humpty, tell me, why haven't you fallen from the wall?
I said no questions, please.
But it's the people's right.
Okay. I haven't fallen from the wall because I don't want to. And that's my right, isn't it?
But Humpty, why all of a sudden have you decided not to fall from the wall? Why today?
I met a man, an angel, I think, and the angel told me not to jump. He showed me what my life would have been like if I didn't exist, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Why there wasn't even a wall here, and no one knew who Humpty Dumpty was, and the king's horses and king's men were doing, and stuff, and
And what was this angel's name, Humpty?
the angel's name? His name was Frank.
An angel named Frank?
He said he used to be a newsman before he saw the light and realized that we could be anything we want to be. And he decided he didn't want to be a newsman anymore, just like I decided I don't want to fall off this wall.
There you have it, folks. An angel named Frank. Strange days indeed. Back to you in the newsroom, Frank.
It's not Frank, Bill. It's Beth. Frank quit.
Frank quit? When? Just now?
No, before. Call me crazy, but this angel named Frank that Humpty Dumpty was talking about might just be our Frank.
Don't be crazy. Frank the angel Humpty was talking about used to be a newsman. And the Frank we know used to... Wait a minute, Jenny. I might be onto something. Call me crazy, but the angel named Frank might just be our Frank.
Do you think?
I don't know. Hold on. We have a scene mounting over here. All the king's men have shown up, and they are not happy.
Whoa. I don't think so.
Come on, jump already. Yeah, you dumb egg.
We have a job to do.
Tensions are increasing between the king's men and Humpty Dumpty as Dumpty defiantly sits upon the wall and the men continue taunting him.
No, I'm not doing it. Consider this a sit-in.
Well, that's great.
What are we going to do, boss? Do we still get paid?
No, wait. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. Let me take a look here. Alright, since we don't have a job, no one's getting paid. Sorry about that.
Hey, Egg, I've got math. We'll figure out a way to put them back together again. I swear.
Yeah, right.
Jump!
Jump!
Jump? You mean plummet to my untimely death? Is that what you mean? Crack my head open and let my insides spill out?
Well, yeah.
Know your role.
Yeah, know your role, Egg.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. That's who you are. If you don't fall, who are you? What's your place in this world?
I don't know, okay? I don't know who I am or where I belong. That's the whole problem. I'm having an identity crisis up here. Who are you to judge me anyway? You're one of the king's men, and you probably don't even have a name.
You're right. I don't.
It's okay. From now on, instead of soldier number 3, we'll call you Frederick.
Thank you. I like that.
Hey, I want a name too. Me too. I want to be called Gilbert.
All right, calm down. Everyone will get names.
Sorry, Bill. I'm getting another story here on my end. We're going to have to check back in on you. I'm receiving a flood of reports. We're getting your calls, and we know that what you say is urgent. We'll respond as soon as possible. And please, if it's an emergency, contact the local police. We're going now to Anne Soggy Bottoms with a special report. Anne?
Thanks, Anne. Disturbing news from the world. Where do you turn when a disaster strikes? Everyone knows Little Miss Muffet, how she sat on her tuppet, eating her curds and whey. A spider decides to join her. Doesn't mean any harm. Doesn't realize how easily Miss Muffet is frightened. Miss Muffet suffers from arachnophobia. But is that the spider's fault? Did he deserve to die?
How dare you? How dare you say such a thing? My baby didn't deserve to die.
Are you a relative of the spider, ma'am?
I am that spider's mama. Well, was that spider's mama? She was just a baby. You barely spin a web. Oh, why, Wilbur, why?
It's all right. All right.
As I understand it, he was attempting to scare Little Miss Muffet. Did you know about this beforehand?
Now, hold on. He never laid a leg on anybody.
Yes, but he did provoke her. Some might say Miss Muffet acted in self-defense.
The point is, spiders are going around getting killed because they're spiders. It's just not right. How did we get such a bad reputation?
Nobody cares about spiders. Nobody.
Now, if that was a butterfly that got squashed, everybody would be up in arms. A full investigation would be in effect. But nothing's going to happen to that Muffet girl. A spider has to die, all so she can eat her nasty curds. What are curds anyway? I never even heard of curds.
Curds is the devil's food.
I hope little Miss Muffet gets the chair.
Okay, thank you both for your time. As you can see, emotions are running high. Some are calling out for justice. I'd like to try and hear Miss Muffet's side of things. Little Miss Muffet? Miss Muffet, why? Why the violence? Why didn't you just run away? Or call the exterminator?
I've been running for a very long time, maybe my whole life. And I would have today if I didn't meet Frank. Frank, my knight in shining armor.
This Frank was a soldier of some kind? He was wearing protective armor?
No, I just mean he saved me. He told me that I didn't have to be afraid anymore. That I could stop running. At first I didn't believe it was possible, but Frank showed me the way. When that spider sat down, I saw the light, and I used the light to find the strength that was always stored inside me. Frank calls it the power within. And I brought my hand down upon that spider. Well, it was my shoe, actually. But I squashed it. I squashed it good. I know because I heard a crunching sound. And as I was wiping my shoe on the grass, I felt that a great burden had been lifted. Now I can eat my curds and whey and know that the terror that has taken over my life is finally over. I am Miss Muffet and I am strong. Hear me roar. Roar!
All right, let's go, lady.
But my tuffet.
You're not gonna need that where you're going.
At least let me finish my way. Roar!
One word. Tragic. Back to you, Beth.
I'm sorry, what did you call me?
Sorry, Anne. I don't know what I was thinking.
No, that's my name.
I know, Anne.
No, that's your name.
Don't you think I know that?
Okay, then, Beth, let me ask you a question. When you arrived, was there any sign of Frank?
Frank, the man that Miss...
We in the studio have come to believe that Frank, my former co-anchor...
I know Frank.
Right. That Frank, after quitting, decided to take matters into his own hands. Word has it that he's trying to start a rebellion against Mother Goose's beautiful nursery rhymes. It's sick if you ask me. And Frank is a very deranged and dangerous man. If he's ever caught, he should be put down like a rabies-infested dog. Or quartered.
Quartered?
You know, like with horses.
That's a little cruel, don't you think?
Not in the least. If you ask me, it's not cool enough.
What do you think you're doing, Beth? Have you lost it? I know they don't do it anymore, but you suggest Frank be quartered?
I'm not trained for this type of news. These are events happening in real time, and I'm supposed to report on them as they happen.
You are a news reporter, Beth.
I never signed up to think on my feet. This is a violation of my contract.
Now listen, Frank's little mutiny is his feeble attempt to take the spotlight away from you. Well, I'm not going to let that happen. And I'm not going to let Frank do this to you, or the news station, or Mother Goose.
Listen, Frank, if you're watching, come back.
We're on commercial break, Beth.
I knew that.
Now pull yourself together. We can get through this. You just have to focus. You're the only news anchor we have left, which makes you lead anchor. Right now, you are the face of this news station. You are Beth Knuckerpants. Now say it.
I am Beth Knuckerpants.
Now say it again. I am Beth Knuckerpants.
I am Beth Knuckerpants.
Better, again.
I am Beth Knuckerpants, and this is your 7 o'clock news.
Now try singing it. I am Beth Knuckerpants, and this is your 7 o'clock news.
Great.
Nice finish. Now let's go back to the air, and you will report the news live as it happens. And we're back in 5, 4, 3, and...
Welcome back from commercial break to the news. Yes, the news. I am Beth Knuckerpants. And this is your 7 o'clock news. Currently in a state of emergency. The community of Fairytale Land has gone completely haywire. What we've come to as world order can be thrown out the window. Chaos, mayhem, confusion, fear. But there's no reason to panic. We're live on the scene. See, I understand you're with Peter Piper. What do you have for us? That's right, lady. I'm here with the Peter Piper, or what's left of him. This is not a pretty scene. What can you tell us? I wrote to report that Peter Piper has officially lost his mind.
Picked a peck of pickled peppers. I know I picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked. Good picker Peter.
The proper authorities are on their way. A sad day. What happened? You may not believe this, but I was there when it happened.
Let me guess. It was Frank.
Yeah, it was Frank. What is he doing? This is his fault. Peter was picking a peck of pickled peppers, going about his business as usual, when Frank starts telling him that peppers don't matter. Then he said, "Where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?" Which should have been a rhetorical question, but it hit a nerve deep down, and Peter, well, he just lost it.
That sounds like Frank's handiwork. Wait, what was that sound?
That must be an ambulance siren. Someone must be on their way to the hospital.
I mean, from my knowledge, that is where an ambulance goes. Do you think it could be heading your way to Peter?
I suppose it would be silly to rule anything out at this point. And yes, the sound does seem to be getting closer. Who knows? Looks like the ambulance was coming this way after all. This is just a little difficult to digest. Peter Piper, prized pickled pepper picker, respected by his peers, but loved by pickled pepper eaters around the world, praised by the local people, and now...
There he is. All right, pal. Let's make this nice and easy.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? 23. 23. 23. 23.
I'll get the jacket.
What's 23, Peter? Is 23 a location?
23 P's. 23 P's. Peter 1, Piper 2, Pick 3, Peck 4, Pickled 5, Pepper 6.
Taser.
Wow. That was great TV. Back to you, nurse.
I refuse to acknowledge that name, but you're right. That was great TV. Thank you, Stephen. I am now joined by Dr. Sturgensberger. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name correctly.
Yeah, correct. I is Dr. Spurgeon. I'm from Luxemhausen. I perform the surgeries. I Frank certificate. You like?
Yes, that's very nice.
Go, take is yours.
I'm all right, thank you.
Take his copy, take.
All right, then, can you tell us a bit more about the surgeries you recently performed on a particular client? Or a set of clients, I should say. Three blind mice?
The blind mice is no blind no more.
Is that so? Wait, let me get this straight. You were able to restore sight to 3 blind mice. How is that possible?
Yes, I use corrective eye surgery.
Yes, but how is that possible? They're mice.
I use a very small tool.
Uh-huh.
I give tails to prosthetic, yes. They come to me, the 3 mice, no sight, no tails, no nothing. They look not even mice, just a little fuzz thing. And they say, Dr. Spurgeon, help us. First, we are blind, then the farmer wife chop off our tails. Very sad, very sad. I say, okay, mice, sit down, fill out paper. I'll be back. I go to sandwich. I come back, I say, you fill out the papers? They say, we give to nurse. But I don't have nurse. Then we laugh, we joke around, and then I just give them corrective eye surgery.
Fascinating.
I am professional. I do skincare for you, yes?
No, I'm good.
You decide later, anytime.
Thanks for stopping by, Doctor.
I wait outside.
Please don't.
I be in your car.
No word yet from Mother Goose. Let's go back to the studio. Judy, I understand you're with the old woman who lives in a shoe.
That's right, Miss Knuckerpants.
Wait, Judy?
That's right. An unusual?
Judy, the intern Judy.
Well, yes, I've been enrolled in an internship program this semester.
That's great. Phil, what did we run out of reporters? I guess so. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Judy, our intern, who is apparently now qualified to handle a professional assignment.
Please, Miss Knuckerpants, give me a chance. I mean, I did take a journalism course last semester.
In that case, take it away.
Thank you. Now, like I was saying, this is an unusual case here. The old woman in the shoe with so many children she didn't know what to do is being harassed by none other than the former co-anchor of the 7 o'clock news, Frank Donnelly.
Excuse me, did you say Frank is there right now?
We're able to catch the elusive Frank in the very act of transforming our cultural landscape. Frank Donnelly, man of the people. Let's zoom in and see if we can get some sound.
You don't have to live like this anymore, is what I'm telling you. Cooped up like a chicken inside this little shoe, you and your children can have a better life. This is your chance to finally break free of the confines of your rhyme.
And what about Mother Goose? Won't she be upset with us?
Forget Mother Goose!
Children, close your ears. That's blasphemy, young man, and I won't stand for it. No one's going around cursing the great Mother Goose. Not in my shoe, they don't.
All right, I'm sorry. All I'm saying is you don't have to live in a shoe.
There's nothing wrong with this shoe. The laces are still together. The tongue is in place. It doesn't smell inside. Come in and smell it. I keep it clean, and this old shoe could tell you stories. Oh boy, young man, this shoe has a soul. No pun intended. Okay, maybe slightly intended.
A shoe is a shoe. It's not a house.
This old woman may live in an old shoe with her old children and her old values, but I'll tell you something about this shoe. It's a shoe to you, but it's a home to us.
Mommy, did a bad man come to take away our shoe?
No, honey, he's gonna do no such thing.
I'm not a bad man, you know. I'm a good man. I'm trying to help your mother and all your brothers and sisters find a nice big house to live in.
Mommy, tell the bad man to go away.
I'm trying, honey.
The bad man reads my thoughts.
What?
Go along now. I'm making bread and water for dinner tonight, so make sure you and the other children wash up.
Bread and water? Hooray!
You see that? We accept what Mother Goose has given us, and we are thankful. Why are you wasting all of your time bothering everyone?
Some people out there are under the impression they're not allowed to live the lives they want. And I say it's high time we put a stop to Mother Goose's tyranny over the residents of Fairytale Land.
Mother Goose never intended to rule over people's lives. She's a simple woman who created simple stories.
And how do you know that? No one has ever met her yet. They live her stories day after day without question. People need change. They need new stories.
Maybe you're right, Frank. If it's time for new stories, it's time for new stories.
Thank you. If only Mother Goose was listening now.
Maybe she is. She works in mysterious ways, you know.
Mother Goose!
That's right, Frank.
What are you? I thought you live in a shoe?
Not everything's as it seems, Frank.
What is the shoe? Then a doorway to an underground lair?
There's an elevator, actually. I can't climb stairs like I used to.
And all these children?
I'd like to introduce my assistant, Jeffrey.
Nice to meet you, Frank. Sorry about all the bad man stuff.
We had to make sure you had the right intentions.
So you're not upset?
I didn't say that, but I can appreciate your desire for change. You got spirit, kid.
If there's one thing that Mother Goose loves, it's spirit.
Thank you, I guess.
And tea. Spirit and tea. And hats. How she adores hats. So that's spirit, tea, and hats. Oh, and...
All right, that's enough, Jeffrey. Why don't you check on the children?
As you wish, Mother Goose.
Aren't you worried about someone seeing you out here in broad daylight?
Oh, don't worry. No one comes within 1,000 feet of this shoe without triggering the security system. The rest of the children are inside right now monitoring the surveillance.
Wow, they must be smart children.
They're really not children. They're the size of children. They're actually midgets, dwarfs, or little people, whatever they call them now. All hardworking, mind you, like the Oompa Loompas. I don't know what I'd do without them.
Impressive.
They also bake cookies like the Keebler elves.
They run security and bake cookies.
And make toys at Christmas.
Mother Goose, we have company. A young lady with a video camera. The children caught her hiding behind the bushes.
Know anything about this?
No.
All right, bring her over. Let me take a look. Resume disguises.
Frank, just don't say anything. You'll regret it. Mother, look who we found.
Bring her closer.
I was just passing through.
She was playing with this toy and wouldn't let any of the other children have a turn.
Well, that's not very nice. Don't you know anything about sharing, young lady?
Frank, it's me, Judy the intern from the station.
Do you know her, Frank?
No.
I bring you your coffee every day.
Oh, right. What are you doing here?
Everyone's looking for you, Frank. We ran out of reporters, so they sent me.
Frank was trying to convince me to move into a condo or something, isn't that right?
Yeah, something like that.
But I like our shoe, Mom. I don't want to leave.
There. So why don't you take this video camera and see if some of the children inside want to play?
That's actually a very expensive piece of equipment, and it's not even mine.
Oh, they'll be careful, won't you, honey?
Perfectly careful. I'd be very interested to know what's on this tape. Very interested indeed.
How old are you?
6.5.
You're intimidating for a 6-year-old.
Thank you. Everything I needed to know, I learned in kindergarten.
Judy, just go back and tell the others everything is fine.
Better yet, tell us if you're passing through, why we call you hiding behind those bushes with a very expensive recording device.
Look, I know you're Mother Goose. I just saw you.
So the truth comes out.
You shouldn't have come here, Judy.
Why not? I'm like a real reporter now.
Judy, you know my true identity.
You realize I'm gonna have to kill you.
What?
Frank, Judy?
Beth?
Miss Knuckerpants?
Stop right there. Put down that scooter.
Who is this and how did she get in here?
Those darn midgets. I mean, children must be baking cookies again.
It does smell delicious.
If I told them once, I told them 1,000 times to bake in shifts.
Judy, are you alright? Your camera died, and I just knew something was wrong because I have reporter instincts, you know, and I just came down here as fast as I could.
Don't you have a car?
Someone was in my car. It's a long story.
Who's watching the news?
We're on commercial break. Frank didn't kidnap you, did he?
What? No. I followed him here, to Mother Goose.
Kidnap her?
Where is Mother Goose?
That's Mother Goose.
You're just the old woman in the shoe.
Mother Goose, what are you doing?
It's okay, Frank.
Now, I'm gonna have to kill both of you.
I knew something was going down.
And I followed him here to catch Mother Goose on tape, and I was going to report it back to you, but then I was captured by these midgets posing as children, and...
You did great, Judy.
You might even have had the chance of being a reporter one day if we didn't imprison you in our lair.
All right, that's enough, Jeffrey. No one's going to get hurt. I've decided it's time I formed a relationship with the press. Miss Knuckerpants, as you understand, I'm a very private person and must remain that way in order to uphold a number of responsibilities. So, in exchange for your vow of silence, I will grant you one interview in the duration of 10 minutes every year.
Make it 20 minutes. Twice a year.
Beth, this is instead of killing you.
Okay, Miss Knuckerpants, you got yourself a deal. On one condition that upon her graduation, you make Judy the intern a full-time reporter.
I'd be honored. Miss Knuckerpants, you're like my role model, you know?
I do suppose a little flattery wouldn't hurt around the office. Frank, are you coming back, or are you a homeless person now?
I'm not coming back, Beth.
But you're my co-anchor.
I quit, remember?
Okay, if you don't think I can handle a news program by myself, you're wrong. I'm lead anchor now, and I report the news as it happens.
That's fine, Beth. You're a great news anchor.
But what are you gonna do, Frank? Collect cans?
Frank is gonna stay with me.
He is.
I am.
If Frank accepts my offer, he will begin a rigorous training program and learn the way of the rhyme.
You will?
I will?
Why
Yeah.
Frank? Okay. Why Frank? He's the last person you should choose. He's done nothing but destroy your rhymes and everything you stand for.
Apparently, that's called spirit.
Frank will fall into a great line of rebellious storytellers. Just as I took over for Brothers Grimm, who took over for Aesop and his fables, Frank will take over for me when he's ready.
I have to say, I'm very flattered, however, and no offense to you, Jeffrey, but I have no desire to become one of your manservants.
Frank, you will become my successor, a creator of stories of life.
I'm sure that's what you told Jeffrey at the beginning, too.
No, she told me I'd be her manservant. I prefer assistant, by the way.
Frank, I'll be honest with you. I'm getting old, and so are my rhymes. You've shown me that. The time has come for me to pass the torch. Sure, you could continue on your rampage, but after you've broken all the walls down, you'll have to rebuild. And that's what I'm offering you, a chance to create permanent change.
And you'd be willing to let me destroy the walls that you've built?
Look at it this way. I'll let you tear down the house, but we keep the foundation.
I think that can work.
Good.
Beth, we should get back to the station, don't you think?
You're right, Judy. We should. Phil's probably having a heart attack. Frank, we'll miss you. Don't screw up your new job and don't quit.
Thanks. I'll try not to.
Good luck, Frank.
Go get him, Judy.
I'll steer.
So, what now?
Let's go in the shoe, Frank.
There's plenty of paperwork.
And plenty of cookies.
Does this mean I get a disguise? I'd like to be the young, handsome man in the shoe, or a most eligible bachelor in the shoe.
We're not trying to attract attention, Frank. I think we'll go with the old man in the shoe.
Oh, right.
Judy, I understand you have an exclusive for us tonight.
A special edition behind the scenes exclusive, actually, Beth.
We haven't had one of those in years. I'm certainly not changing the channel.
Tonight we take a look at the new Mother Goose. Who is this heir to the throne, to the mighty throne of rhyme, and who shall he become? Get a sneak peek of a story in creation.
Later, I'll check in with Mother Goose at the nursery rhyme nursing home to see her reaction to the latest developments.
Let's go to the scene.
Places, people. Jack and Jill? All right, good. We went over this, right? You're stuck inside the house because it's raining. There's nothing to do.
Why don't we go up the hill? That'll keep us busy.
Yeah, let's fetch a pail of water.
No, you're not doing that anymore. You're getting a news story where Jack doesn't end up in bandages.
I bumped my crown.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, let's fetch a pail of water.
You both get juice boxes when we're done. Okay, here we go. Jack and Jill sat home. It's very bored inside, all day, all alone, without a sound except the raindrops on the ground and the talk of the ticking two-diddle clock. Then,
Is this a rough draft? It's not very polished.
We don't even have lines or character arcs.
now listen, it's a work in progress. Let's just get through the scene, okay? Thank you. Continuing. Off the ticking two-diddle clock, then there was a knock, knock, knock. Cue. Knock, knock, knock. Good. Door opens.
Stop right there with those sad faces. I have arrived to bring you many fun places.
Cut! Cut!
Cut.
Cut!
Cut.
What's wrong?
Yeah, what's wrong, Frank?
The cat's missing something. Can I get a wardrobe in here?
Yes? Frank, is it the fur?
No, the fur's great. Love the fur. The costume that was missing some pizzazz, some distinction. Bring me a bow tie. Yeah, bow tie. And a hat. A bizarre striped top hat if you have one.
How's this?
Perfect. Let's run it again.
From the top.